Hi guys, my name is Jaya, and today I am doing one of my favorite kind of videos just for funsies. So it is a cold November day here in San Jose. Today is actually about 61 degree high. I believe the low is like around 50 something. Anyways, clearly I know what I'm talking about. But outside the temperature right now is below 59. And so I was like, it's chilly, it's cold, it's time to go home. So I decided that I wanted to do a quick review of my bag as well as a what's in my bag. I absolutely love these videos. I find them to be so much fun. And I've noticed when I go online and try to research some of these bags, like this particular bag size had not been reviewed. The bag that I'm going to be talking about today is the Mansur Gavriel bucket bag, and it kind of fits into the medium size category. So this bag actually comes in three sizes. It comes in the regular, the mini, and the mini mini. And like many times, a lot of the videos that I've seen have been about the regular size bag or the mini mini. I haven't seen too many bags that really talk about the Mansur Gavriel bucket bag in the medium or mini size. So a couple of dimensions first. This bag is 5 inches in terms of depth. Its height is 11.4 inches and it's 9.8 inches in length. Now, the only thing to consider about this bag is that it does tie closed. After all, it is a bucket bag. And so you do lose a little bit of that height. So while I say 11.4 inches, I would say it's probably closer to about like 10 inches roughly, because you're going to lose about 1.5 inches in terms of cinching the bag closed. That being said, let's hop into it. So my bag is kind of in that cognac color. It's this beautiful, beautiful brown that's just perfect for autumnal weather. And I just thought she looked stunning with my outfit today. I would show you my outfit, but I don't really have any means to take a picture or show you guys, but it's basically a black dress that's like a midi length on me. I'm 5'8.5", and some brown boots and just this lovely Burberry scarf. And then I just layered on some jewelry pieces with it. So very, very simple, very fall outfit because I was just really feeling fall today. But this is the bag. It's a cognac color. The bag itself is actually untreated leather. So the finish on the leather is either natural or they do like a vegetable kind of tan on it. So it's naturally meant to wear over time with this particular type of finish, which I think is really beautiful because it just shows the story of the bag. So I really appreciate that. The interior of the bag can be multiple different colors. The most classic version is usually a black exterior with that kind of really pretty Louis Vuitton red interior. Mine is actually more of a blue, like a sea green, teal kind of blue interior, which is kind of hard to catch on camera right now. And that pop of color is really just for you. This bag is not exactly what I would call reversible, but it is nice to be able to see that. In terms of the strap of the bag, it is adjustable, but the bag straps cannot be removed. So this is pre-sewn on to be like a crossbody or shoulder style type bag. The actual length of the strap can be adjusted with these little brain fart holes that are pre-punched into the leather. So you can adjust this, which is really nice. I currently have it on the longest setting because I am, as I mentioned, a little bit on the taller side. So I kind of like to wear this as a crossbody and have it hit right at my hip or like a little bit below my hip, which I really enjoy. And so I think it's an absolute beauty. Anyways, so let's, without further ado, jump into the bag. So the bag itself closes with a bow tie. You can actually tie this however you want to tie it, and then you just kind of untangle it and this will open up accordingly. So you can kind of see that the leather comes out and it opens up the bag. I'm actually going to remove all the items inside of the bag first, and then I'll show you guys how everything kind of layers into it. And that way you guys can kind of see what will actually fit into the bag and how it fits into the bag, et cetera, et cetera. And then we can kind of go from there. So I feel like first and foremost, it's important to have like a little catch-all makeup bag kind of thing inside. Oh, there's a little piece of hair in there, which is bothering me. Yeah. So I have my catch-all makeup bag here. It's actually very light right now because no one's really wearing makeup with COVID. I mean, who cares? And so my little makeup bag is this little black marble bag. It came in a pack of 2. One was white, one was black. On Amazon, I think it was $7 for both. So super affordable, super cute, and works really well. The zipper is nice, which I like. In terms of stuff I keep in there, it's pretty limited. I have gum, because who doesn't want gum? I have my little hand sanitizer. I have a semi-broken hair clip, but it still works. I have chapstick. I have a hair tie. I have a lip gloss that I've never opened and is not actually my shade, so I don't know why I have it. And then I have a mint. And that's all I have inside of this little pouch. And sorry, it's a little loud as I put everything back inside. I'm sorry. So that's what actually fits inside of here for now. And so that just slips very nicely into the interior of the bag. And I have that kind of laying sideways inside of the bag. I don't know if you guys can kind of see what that looks like. Let me actually shine a light on me. So that's kind of what the interior looks like. Ooh, and there you go. Now you can see the blue. So yeah, lots of space still. The next item that I have in there is my wallet. I switch out my wallets all the time. I don't have like one set wallet that I like to use. I use a bunch of different wallets. And so this is the one that I decided to carry today. It's my YSL clutch. I think she's absolutely stunning. I love this champagne gold color. And it's just a pop of shine inside of your bag. I don't really do shine on the outside, so I figure I might as well have shine on the inside. And the only thing I have in here right now is my cash, my credit cards, and my license. I did actually run to Barnes & Noble's today to do a quick return. And so I had the receipt and the bookmark that I was returning inside of this pouch, which is why I selected this one, because it was nice and easy for my errands. And that just slips very nicely into the back here. And you still have plenty of room inside the bag. The next item that I always tend to carry is some form of notebook or writing utensil, as long as it's a full day kind of bag, which is usually my shoulder bags as well as my larger work totes and stuff. As far as the smaller crossbodies, I usually keep a pen in all of them, but I don't necessarily keep notebooks inside of them because they are smaller, and I usually tend to wear them for occasions or evening wear or hiking or something like that. So nowhere where I would really need pen and paper. But in this particular bag, I'm carrying this notebook around right now. This is my journaling slash meditation notebook. So I like to do written meditation. In Hinduism, or in my background, it's called Likita Japa. So you basically pick the name of the form of the Lord that you most identify with, and you write that name. And while you do that, it just helps calm you down and kind of helps you contemplate on the attributes of that specific deity that you're invoking into yourself. And so I find it very peaceful, very calming, and sometimes it just takes your mind off of stress. I also really enjoy adult coloring, but I don't always carry the coloring book with me. I usually only carry the coloring book in my work tote or if I'm traveling. So I also like to journal in this as well. So I have like the Likita Japa there, and then this is just like some journaling based on discussion questions and study groups that I like to attend. So that just pops into the back here beautifully as well. Very nicely. And as you can see, this notebook is a little bit tall. So you can see it hits right underneath where the leather is going through. So it does stand a little more proud than the other items. So I like to have it in the back. So when I cinch the bag, while it doesn't cinch completely in the back, it cinches enough where the smaller items won't fall out of the bag. So that's always a plus point. And the next item I have in there is just some sticky notes, so I can like jot down notes if I need to, or like if I need to make a quick grocery list and I don't feel like using my phone, I can do that. And I also have 3 different colored pens in there that I can use to do my writing in my notebook. And that just kind of plops into the back here very nicely as well. It's behind the notebook. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, just sitting very nice and flush in there. The next item I have inside there is actually a book. I always tend to carry a book with me, whether it be a Nook or a smaller book. I always have a book on me. I find that reading is a great way to just de-stress and enjoy yourself. And so if I'm waiting in a line that's ridiculously long, if I'm at a store or something, or if I'm at work and I have a couple of moments like during lunch to just take a breath, or like if I'm going to a coffee shop and I just want to have a really nice read while I'm waiting or while I'm drinking my coffee. I just always like to carry a book with me. Most of my smaller bags will actually fit a book or a Nook in there as well, just because I always have a book with me. And if I don't have a book, I do have the Nook app on my phone as well. So worst case, I'll read on that. But typically, I like to either have the physical copy or the Nook. And for those of you who are interested in reading but don't want to amass a ton of paper copies of books or feel like it's taking up too much space, I really recommend the Nook or the e-reader, the Kindle by Amazon, because I find that the ones that are truly dedicated to reading, not the tablets, but the true e-readers, are great because they're designed with the specific technology where the ink is on the page looking like a book. So it doesn't hurt your eyes, it doesn't make you tired. It literally feels like you're reading a book, and that's just really cool. And so I strongly recommend those e-readers, and the newer generations ones are just stunning. My current book that I'm reading is The ABC Murders by Agatha Christie. I'm still in my October thriller murder kind of mood right now. I love Agatha Christie. She is obviously a very famed and well-known mystery writer. And I find that her books are just super entertaining, and they're so twisted and turning, and you don't always guess who the murderer is going to be. This particular book is really interesting because it follows Hercule Poirot on this journey with his sidekick Hastings, who's one of his friends, kind of like Sherlock and his Watson, if you will. And basically, there is a crazed murderer who is going around committing murders in the order of the alphabet. And it starts off with Hercule receiving a letter that pre-informs him that a murder is going to take place, and it's basically the murderer challenging him to catch him. So between Hercule Poirot, the Scotland Yard police, and Hastings, they basically try to catch the murderer as he continues down the alphabet. And so far it's been a very intriguing read. I'm about halfway through the book, and the murders have been really interesting. And I have an inkling as to who the murderer might be. I feel like she actually shadows it earlier on in the book, but we'll see what actually ends up happening. But it's a great read. It's been so much fun. And if you guys haven't read Agatha Christie, I strongly recommend her. And I would strongly recommend starting with either Murder on the Orient Express or And Then There Were None. And Then There Were None is my personal favorite. And it's based on the poem 10 Little Indians. And so it's actually just so much fun to read because it has like that children's poem on there too. So yeah, strongly recommend that for those who are interested in reading. And so this fits very nicely inside of the bag as well. I usually like to shove it right behind my pouch, and it's sitting right there in front of the clutch. So the next thing I have in there is my headphones. I have the AirPod Pros, and I actually really recommend these. They are great in terms of the noise canceling capacity. The length of time that they actually work is about 2 to 2.5 hours, which I find really great. And the case usually holds about 3 or 4 charges before you have to recharge it. Usually if I'm going on a plane trip or something like that, I take these and my over-the-head headphones, because the over-the-head Bose headphones that I have, which is the Quiet Comfort 2s, are actually longer lasting in terms of their battery life. It's about 22 hours, I believe, on those headphones on consistent play. And they're a little bit more comfortable, I think, for overall wear in a flight. But outside of that, I feel like these are perfect for every day. They're great for walking with, they're great in travel, they're great in like work settings, and the sound quality on these are amazing. Most people that I've talked to with these in say that they can't even tell that I'm talking on headphones. So that's a great feature. And the clarity on these sometimes is even better than when I actually have my phone to my ear, which is really nice. So do strongly recommend these. They come in this little magnetic case, just like the AirPods. And I do think they're phenomenal. So that just kind of pops in there very nicely as well. Next up, I have my mask, because COVID time. So it's always important to stay safe and protect those around you. Fun fact, I believe This may have changed recently, but the last time I read about it, I heard that for those of us who wear masks and the opposing person also wearing masks, reduce the risk of transmission to 1.5%. This may have recently changed, or the number might be slightly off based on new data statistics that are coming out, but this is from the reading that I did about 2.5 months ago. I am a healthcare professional, so I'd heard it at work. But again, with COVID numbers changing every day, who knows? But it is very, 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 very helpful to be wearing a mask, both for yourself as well as for those around you. So strongly recommend having a mask on you at all times. So I have that popped in as well. And then next up, I have some napkins. I know that sounds strange, but you never know. You might have a spill. You might need to blow your nose, so always helpful to have some napkins in there. So I always toss these to the back, and so they just kind of float around in the back here. And then I have my sunglasses. So this pouch kind of switches. Every bag that I have has a different case holder in it. So I just switch out the sunglasses. And today I was feeling the brown vibes, in case people can't tell. Actually, you probably can't, because you can't tell that my shoes are brown, but the bag is brown, the shoes are brown, the scarf is brown. So I wanted to finish off the look with brown. And so these are my tortoise printed Louis Vuitton sunglasses, and I think they're absolutely beautiful. I actually got these secondhand because I think $600 for a pair of sunglasses is insane. Also, knockoffs are really good too. So, I mean, if you can get $5 pair of sunglasses that look gorgeous, why not? I think people waste their money on different things. I waste my money on designer items, and I tend to pay for all of them myself with the money I make at work. So these I did get secondhand. I think original retail price was like $650 on these, and I actually ended up getting them for less than $150. And it came with the original tags, original receipt, original box, and everything. So I always like to authenticate everything that I get, and there's certain consignment stores that I personally like to shop at. If anyone wants to know what those are, then I can definitely do that. But a lot of YouTubers have talked about these sites before too. So yeah, but I do love these. I think they're absolutely stunning. I think they finish off and round off a look. And so I feel like it's always helpful to have sunglasses in sunny California too. So that's next up. And she just pops right on top. And so if you look at it, all of the smaller items are kind of hidden underneath the sunglasses. So it just looks like there's a notebook and really nothing else in there, which I find very helpful when I tie the bag. Last but not least, I have my cell phone in there. The reality is, like, I usually have my car keys in there as well, but today I am not putting them in there because I'm not going anywhere. I'm just sitting at home filming a video. So they're actually put away where they should be. But my car keys are on a single ring. I don't have like a key clay or anything like that. So I just kind of toss them around. And I'm more of the mentality that if it's the interior of the bag, it should be fine. But I usually take very good care of my bags. This particular bag, like I mentioned before, the leather is meant to scratch. So there's probably a little bit more careful with how I put my keys in there. Usually I like to put it inside of the makeup pouch so it's nice and safe and I know it's inside of the bag and not damaging the bag. This is the iPhone XR. I find it to work really well for me. I realize this does not match the cover right now, but I really didn't care because I just wanted something on there. The marble pocket something, I forgot what these are called, pop socket, fell off. So now we're stuck with this one. But yeah, she fits beautifully into here as well. And I usually like to keep her in the very front where it's nice and tucked away. And now all you have to do is cinch the bag together. So I like to pull that and then you just tie a nice little bow at the top of the bag. And the leather on here is actually quite stiff, especially when you first get it. And so for anyone who's like trying to pickpocket you, they're really not going to be able to get into your bag. And you can see that it's nice and closed. Nothing is falling out. And it just looks stunning when it's all tied together. And so I wear it as a crossbody. You can kind of see where it hits on me. So yeah, overall, I think it was well worth the money. I don't actually have too much wear and tear, and the wear and tear that is there just looks really pretty. It's very light. You can probably actually buff a lot of this out if you wanted to. Like I said, actually enjoy the fact that it's showing its wear and tear. But that's all I have to say today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for anyone who's interested in this bag, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.